So I'm testing out the minis rules. I am totally going by the cards that David posted on the Lock and Load Tactical. And I felt like the measurements that he provided on the cards that he showed, and I know he's still working through it, I feel like they're a little short for 6 mil. Now this is 10 mil, but I would have my 6 mil based essentially the same. So the basing kind of makes a difference. It's not really the size of the figure. And they're, yeah. And my 6 mil is based on probably something about this size anyway. I've also got my Airborne Jeep here. So right now what I'm thinking is, what looks about right to me, but I don't know how, I gotta get some buildings out here to see how it fares, but this is a normal lock and load board with every hex is 2 inches. So this is 18 because they're 9 by 15. They're 9 by 15 hexes, so this is 18 inches by 30 inches. I need to get some terrain on there to see how that works. And there's a couple ways that I've been looking at movement. So I'm adjusting, so you could do one of two things. First thing I thought, okay, what is, here, I'm gonna set this down a second. I should have been more prepared for this a second. Hold on. Pull out my tape measure here. Okay. One thing I thought of was, okay, if every hex is 2 inches, then they need to move, and let's say this tank moves 10 inches. I'm looking at the stats. I could get them out of the box there, but let's say you look at the stats of a tank, and let's say it's 10-inch move. Well, that's 10 hexes, right, in the game. A 10T would mean a tank or tracked vehicle moves 10 hexes in a turn. Well, okay, you could either say, well, every move is an inch, which would get them to here on the board. But if you look at 10 hexes on a 15 hex board, that's really over here to the 20, right? Because every hex is 2 inches. I'm not really explaining this well because I'm still working this out. But let's say you say, all right, let's just go with the numbers as they have them. So it says, let's say, I should pull the Stug out. Anyway, let's say it says he moves 10. All right, move him 10 inches. Instead of 10 hexes, you're moving him just 10 inches, even though I've doubled that. So let's say he just moves in a straight line, he gets to there. But what if he wants to turn and all that? Well, in the game, if you want to turn, you go like 1 hex, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, it costs you a turn to move, so you can move there. What if you just measured 10 inches? Well, I don't know what it is, I didn't measure, obviously. And you just go like, we don't care what you do, your turns or anything, but we'll just count. And I really should have got a tripod for this. But if you measure it out, it's like I move 2 inches, and I turn, and I move 1 more inch, and then I turn this way. And you don't move it, you just rotate it, and I move another inch. 3, 2. It works out okay. Or you can say, hey, because I made every hex 2 inches, double all the measurements on the counter. So if the counter says 10 for movement, well then they really move 20, but you have to be very precise about you have to count an inch for every time they turn, right? Sort of. So you go bum, bum. So let's say you went 1, 2, 3 inches, and then you put the tape, say I put the tape measure there if I had a tripod. So that's 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, 7 inch, 8 inch, 9, 10, 11 inch, 12 inch, 13 inch, 14, 15, 16. I would say if you do that, you'd have to say like every 45-degree turn is an inch, or any portion thereof. So here to here is an inch. That's an inch. That makes sense? So I'm just trying to figure out how it works. So yeah, and then so your gun ranges, right? Shoot, I don't have that in front of me again. Let's go see if I can see some on the back of the box here. I'm not prepared for this video. I'm just kind of thinking through this stuff. Oh, they don't show the weapons on the back. Shoot. They don't show the weapons on any of them. Darn. I don't know. You just do the same. You can either double the ranges or stick to them. I need to put some terrain on the board and kind of keep testing it out a little bit. I do like the size of the board. If that was one map, if it was a 2 mapper, you know, I mean, it'd be another add another 18 inches. You should put it to there. It's a nice size. Or you put 30 inches. Now you're talking 60 inches. That's pretty far. But I don't know. I like the idea and concept of it. For support weapons, so this doesn't count either. This isn't good. This is a machine gun. But if this was an infantry unit, I think you just have to have like a painted light machine gun guy and put it here next to it. And then they've got a light machine gun. If they have a Shrek, same thing. Painted Shrek guy, put him there. Satchel charge. Satchel charge, I don't know. Maybe a marker, or I don't know, maybe a guy throwing a satchel. I don't know. Commanders. You could have, I'm thinking the commander would have a command range of, say, 2 inches. So, this video's gone long. So, you know, like if this was a commander and he's within 2 inches, he could command these guys to go, but he couldn't command this guy because he's outside of 2 inches. Forget this guy. So he could command them to do stuff. I guess to rally, you'd have to be touching, or within, I'd say maybe within an inch. I mean, this is why minis are, you know, fussy, because then you're like, oh, are they an inch? You know, are they an inch? Oh no, that's why minis are ugly, because you got to deal with that crap. But so he could rally them, but not them. I don't know. Keep your troops together, because you know, otherwise, if these were hex, which I do have boards with mat with hex, you know, you got to have it all bunched up like that, which I guess is okay. But if you want to play a minis game, I don't dig that. I don't dig that way of playing. All right, that's enough for now. Maybe I think if I get a gameplay this weekend, it's going to be testing this out. All right, we'll see you.